The sun came up, and seriously, it was fire over the Scottsdale desert. Golden light just spilled everywhere, like liquid warmth waking up life in every hidden cranny. But deep in the shade of a mesquite bush, something way rarer than any sunrise had just dropped. A tawny lioness named Ilara had given birth after, no kidding, 16 absolutely exhausting hours of labor. 3 tiny, helpless cubs snuggled right into her for warmth. 2 looked exactly as you'd expect: soft yellow fur, subtle spots on their baby foreheads, and cloudy blue eyes not quite ready to open. But the third? Oh my goodness! His fur was like a total revelation, stark white, just like untouched snow against that rich tawny landscape. She froze. Miles away, Ranger Nathaniel Price adjusted his binoculars. With 15 years patrolling these lands, he thought he'd truly seen it all. Until now. His heartbeat quickened. For real. A white lion cub, a phenomenon so rare that only a few hundred had ever been recorded, mostly in zoos. To spot one here, in the wild, that was like lightning striking twice in the very same spot. Talk about an iconic moment. Nathaniel whispered to himself, is this a miracle, or is it, high-key, a curse? Hey, before we dive deeper into this whole saga, if you're someone who totally believes in the sheer power of resilience, if you know deep down that every single life holds a unique purpose, then you bet, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to MAGSMAN, and share this with anyone you know who's just trying to find their footing in a world that, let's be honest, sometimes kicks difference to the curb. Your support, no cap, helps us keep sharing those fierce stories that really just light up the strength of the spirit. Ilara cleaned her cubs one by one, licking away the evidence of their arrival, coaxing life into their small forms. When she got to the white cub, she lingered longer. He was smaller, weaker, trembling with every breath. While his siblings were already crawling toward her milk, he barely moved. And then the pride arrived. 5 lionesses, 2 males, all super curious about the new arrivals. They sniffed the yellow-furred cubs with gentle, knowing approval. But when their eyes fell on the white one, everything, and I mean everything, changed. Chloe, the pride leader, wrinkled her nose and stepped back. Another lioness actually growled softly, totally disturbed. To them, difference just felt off, like a bad vibe, you know, a sign of trouble for sure. Nathaniel captured it all through his lens. His excitement wrestled with a growing dread. He knew this cub's journey was not going to be easy. High-key, in the wild, being different isn't some cool gift. It's often a straight-up death sentence. No cap. Weeks passed. The golden cubs grew strong, their eyes opening to the world, their legs steady. The white cub lagged behind, always smaller, always struggling. Playtime became a cruel reminder, a gut punch. His siblings pounced and wrestled, while he was always shoved aside. When the pride began hunting lessons, that's when the truth, hands down, hit even harder. Ouch. From the dry grass, the yellow cubs blended in perfectly, like they were part of the earth itself. But the white cub, he stood out like a spotlight, a glaring sign, totally blowing their cover. Talk about a major problem for survival. Alarm calls rang out, and the hunt collapsed before it even began. Empty bellies growled.
Angry eyes turned toward the little one. Even Ilara, his very own mother, growled with frustration. Nathaniel wrote in his journal, Day 35. The pride totally sees him as a threat to their survival. His mother is torn apart. The tearing of her spirit only grew worse. Ilara still nursed him, but always low-key, always in secret. She devoted more time to her other cubs who showed real promise. The white cub learned rejection, keeping his distance, watching everything in silence. Then sickness struck. Fever, weakness, just a chilling stillness. Ilana stayed by him all day, licking, urging him to drink. Her love, a fierce primal fire, burned through pure instinct. But the pride's patience? Gone. Their leader demanded a choice, the pride or the white cub. On a misty morning, Ilara, with a heavy heart, made the absolute toughest call of her life. My goodness. She carried him far away, beyond the pride's territory, and laid him gently in the tall grass. He cried out as she turned, his tiny voice just shattering the quiet, a fragile, gut-wrenching echo of being left behind. Talk about a heartbreaker. But this time, she did not turn back. Step by step, she vanished into the desert haze. 3 days later, Nathaniel found him. The cub was so thin, totally exhausted, barely breathing under a rock's shade. He lifted his head weakly, his eyes meeting Nathaniel's. Blue eyes, not of a predator, but of a soul begging, communicating with the deep, unspoken language of a soul just aching for reprieve. Nathaniel froze. His entire career told him nature just had to run its course. Yet he also knew lions were vanishing, their numbers falling fast. This cub was weak, yes, but he was also a symbol, living proof of resilience, proof of survival against, no exaggeration, impossible odds. The ranger knelt closer. The cub let out a soft, desperate cry. Not a roar, not even close. But for real, it was this raw, unyielding declaration that life wasn't going to give up without a fight. What an energy! And in that fragile sound, Nathaniel felt the existential weight of the world's eternal question pressing down on him. Do we just let nature choose, or do we step in and carry hope forward? The answer was, quite literally, in his hands. If this poignant story resonated deep within you, if it left you pondering the fragile balance between nature's course and the fierce call of compassion, if it reminds us that sometimes the greatest strength totally lies in vulnerability, and the deepest hope in a single desperate cry for life, then please like this video, subscribe to MAGSMAN, and share it with someone who needs to believe in the enduring power of a single soul to find its path against all odds. Your support helps us continue sharing stories that challenge our hearts and minds. Before we close, I want to ask you, in Nathaniel's place, faced with the profound cry of such a unique life, what would your heart high-key push you to do? Let nature take its course or intervene to carry hope forward? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you.